What is up, guys? Dark here with another custom showcase, this time kind of going over a Spider-Man. So with all the maximum Spider-Man and oh, this is the best, going around, I kind of figured I would go into my own thing. And at this time, we're going to go ahead and take a look at a CT Toys custom. So I know with a lot of people, the main issue with CT being the height difference. Of course, if you take the original, I had him a couple of years ago. I wasn't too happy with the size. He was pretty tall in my opinion. I kind of like Peter to be a little smaller, more high school, 15, 16-year-old kid. So with him being the same, like roughly height as Nightwing, he was a little thinner. I ended up needing to go to Legion's Con. Somebody offered me a price I couldn't put down, so a deal was made. But at this time, we went for the CT Toys, and the height difference I super enjoy. So we'll go ahead and bring in the original. It's got the brighter blue colors. This is more accurate to the original, Mafex release, but the blues are darker, which I can appreciate because it was a super bright blue. It's not really my thing. It was very Steve Ditko, early ages. It was awesome. I enjoyed it. It was just super bright, kind of had to work the lighting to get around it, but I went for Mcragge Blue with a dry brush throughout the entire thing. Brought back those darker tones that I am personally more familiar with, not familiar with, but I just kind of enjoy a little bit more. I got a couple of the CT Toys for customs and personal reasons after having sold some of the Mafex, and I enjoy them. But the head sculpt, if you see, I did do silver on the lenses, and I kind of reshaped them with the black, kind of made them a tiny bit more squinty than this one here, which is the original. Hold on, let me bring them both in. I like the silver. I also like the white, so I couldn't really decide between the two. I did the same thing for the more wide-eyed look. So I've really got my ultimate Spider-Man going. The black around the lenses, a little shinier. White OG look. And then the more wide-eyed Bagley art can definitely still show some love with the silver. Squintier eyes look more like Eric Larson than McFarlane to me personally. I think that, I don't know, I'll take this symbiote, little hooks in the corners of the eye here. That's what I'm more familiar with when it comes to McFarlane. So when people say it's McFarlane's head sculpt design, I get a little leery when I go looking for stuff online. See, this reminds me more of McFarlane. This is a custom print and paint job that I did. Kind of beat up, broken lenses. Oh. Got it. And I did go ahead and insert one of the neck pegs, so it will pop into place. Enough of these CTs were bought, enough of the head sculpts are not going to be used, so I went ahead and made it a bit more usable. I'm waiting for a Gundam pen to come in to finish up the black lining, but I feel like I made that one match pretty well. Did a Tom Holland sculpt. Tried to do darker pupils, kind of give it more of a comic book vibe. I want to get a Yuri Lowenthal head sculpt, but I didn't mind doing this one. Another beaten up head sculpt here. A little bit of blood here on the side. Broken lens. Now this one is going to be like a more narrow, modern eye. Kind of what you would see from Marco Cacchetto, Alex Ross, maybe Sarah Pacelli. And this one is a little dark. I'll go back and fix this one up, either with some Scarlet Red or some Evil Sun. But yeah, those black lines definitely need to be done in. And I wanted to keep the reds kind of the same because I'm excited for some Fahrul head sculpts to be coming in. So I didn't want to change the red too much. And then finally, I had printed up some of these more web crawler hands. These are the superior Spider-Man look, so they don't have enough of the web lines to go through it. We'll get those matched up nice. I did go ahead and print a couple of these comic book effects. Then I'll magnetize and make sure that they can stick onto a stand. Wham, a bam, and a boom. So, I don't know. I enjoyed this a lot. Younger Peter look definitely works in my opinion. And if I bring in, say, one of these Valaverse figures, you can definitely see the scale difference of him being more of a, you know, a kid, like a 15-year-old, like a younger high schooler. And then we got a concept Eddie Brock here, quite a bit larger. So you can tell, you know, if you were to bring in your Rhino, even somebody like Scorpion, or, you know what? Yeah, I think Scorpion is normal sized Marvel Legends. And he is almost a head and a half, about a head taller than him. So I appreciate the scale difference. So I definitely don't mind the CT Toys Spider-Man, but hope you guys enjoy. It was a pleasure. Stay safe and see you.